What if I told you that you could own the shell of a full house? Not a shed, not a garage, an actual house, for less than the price of a decent used pickup truck. No, this isn't clickbait. In 2026, there are real companies shipping real steel and wood barndominium kits to your land for under $50,000. Some for as low as $26,000. But here's the catch. Nobody on YouTube wants to tell you. Under $50K almost never means move-in ready. And if you don't understand exactly what that price includes, and what it doesn't, you can blow your entire budget before the walls are even insulated. So today, I'm breaking down 7 real barndominium kits you can actually buy right now, in 2026, for under 50 grand. I'll show you the real square footage, the real price per square foot, what's included, what's not included, and the one number every single barndominium company hopes you never ask about. Before we get into it, if you're seriously considering a barndominium build, hit subscribe right now, because later in this video I'm going to show you the exact hidden costs that turn a $40,000 kit into a $150,000 house, and most people don't find out until it's too late. I don't want that to be you. Also, drop a comment telling me what state you're building in. I read every single one, and it actually changes which of these 7 kits makes sense for you. Let's get into it. What under 50K actually means. Okay, quick reality check before I show you the list, because this is the part that saves you thousands. When a company advertises a barndominium kit under $50,000, in almost every case in 2026, they are talking about the shell kit only. That means the steel or post frame, the roofing, the siding, and usually the windows and exterior doors. It does not include your foundation, your slab, plumbing, electrical, insulation, drywall, interior framing, or finishes. It also almost never includes land, permits, or delivery to a remote site. Across the industry right now, shell-only kits are running somewhere between $14 and $47 per square foot, depending on the manufacturer, the framing system, and where you live. Steel barndominium kits specifically tend to land between $20 and $35 per square foot on average this year. That means your $50,000 budget is really buying you the skeleton of the house, the bones. A fully finished, move-in-ready barndominium, according to multiple builders, typically runs anywhere from $130,000 all the way up to $900,000 plus once you add foundation, utilities, and finish out. On average nationwide in 2026, a fully installed, turnkey finished barndominium runs about $130 to $160 per square foot for a standard build, and $200 to $300 plus per square foot if you're going premium or fully custom. So why am I even making this video? Because building the shell yourself, or hiring cheap local labor to help you frame, wire, and finish it, is exactly how thousands of people are building debt-free homes for a fraction of traditional construction costs. The kit is step 1. It's the biggest single line item you can control. And that's what we're focused on today. All right, let's get into the 7 kits. KIT2, the 2-bedroom package. Moving up slightly, several barndominium kit companies now sell dedicated 2-bedroom packages, starting at right around $26,500. These aren't just raw shells. Some of these include cold-formed steel interior framing, already labeled and pre-drilled for your electrical and plumbing runs, which genuinely speeds up your build if you're doing it yourself or with a small local crew. What makes this one interesting is the system difference. In this price range, you'll typically see 3 types of kits offered. Red iron kits, structural steel with metal siding and roofing. Cheapest, but requires on-site cutting and welding, so you'll need a contractor with that experience. Cold-formed steel, or CFS, kits. Panels that are pre-labeled and pre-drilled, more DIY-friendly. SIP kits, structural insulated panels, which come with insulation already built in, but need more specialized installation skill, and typically start closer to $46,500 as a base price. For a $26,500 starting price, you're almost certainly looking at a base red iron or CFS shell, and upgrading to SIPs will push you past the $50K mark quickly. The honest catch, starting at pricing is doing a lot of work here. The moment you add a garage bay, a covered porch, taller ceilings, or extra windows, that $26,500 number moves. sometimes by $10,000 or more. KIT3, the steel shell, from a national supplier network. There are national kit supplier networks operating in 2026 that connect you to manufacturers across all 50 states, and they'll typically quote steel barndominium shells somewhere between $20 and $31 per square foot. For a smaller 1,200 to 1,600 square foot footprint, that lands you comfortably in the $28,000 to $45,000 range for a shell-only kit. The advantage of going through one of these broader networks instead of a single manufacturer is pricing competition. You can often get multiple quotes and negotiate, since these platforms exist specifically to shop your project around to different suppliers. What you're getting: the structural shell, doors, windows, siding, and roofing, customizable with over a dozen color options in most cases. The honest catch: these networks are lead generation businesses. You may get a flood of sales calls after requesting a quote. Worth it for the price competition, but go in expecting some follow-up. KIT4, the cheapest per square foot option. If pure cost per square foot is your only priority, a couple of well-known pre-engineered steel building manufacturers are quoting basic shell packages starting around $15 to $25 per square foot in 2026. Some of the most competitive rates in the industry. For a modest 1,000 to 1,400 square foot barndominium shell, that can land you anywhere from roughly $15,000 to $35,000, keeping you well under the $50K ceiling even with some upgrades. These companies typically specialize in general pre-engineered steel buildings, meaning barns, warehouses, and workshops that are simply adapted for residential use. That's actually a strength. The steel building industry is enormous, so the engineering and manufacturing are extremely mature and reliable. The honest catch: because these are steel building companies first and barndominium companies second, you'll likely be doing more of the translation work yourself, hiring your own local contractor for the residential-specific interior build-out, since it's not their core specialty. KIT5, the factory-framed panel system. This one's genuinely interesting because it changes what kit even means. Instead of shipping raw steel and siding for on-site assembly, some newer 2026 suppliers are shipping factory-framed wall panels, meaning the sheathing is already installed, headers are already set, and rough openings for windows and doors are already framed before the panel ever leaves the factory. Your site crew installs walls instead of building them from scratch, and some of these suppliers advertise as little as 6 weeks from permit to panel delivery. For a smaller footprint in this system, pricing can land in the $35,000 to $48,000 range depending on size and options. Right at the edge of our budget, but worth it if your priority is speed and reducing on-site labor costs, since panelized systems typically require fewer contractor hours than a stick-built equivalent. The honest catch: panelized systems are newer to the barndominium space specifically, so availability varies heavily by region, and shipping costs for panels can add up fast if you're far from the factory. KIT6, the wood post frame shell. Not every barndominium is steel. Traditional wood post frame construction, using larger posts and roof trusses spaced farther apart than a standard stick-built home, is still one of the most budget-friendly ways to get a barndominium shell, and it's what the earliest barndominiums were actually built from decades ago. Wood post frame shell kits in the 1,200 to 1,800 square foot range are commonly available in the $25,000 to $45,000 window, depending on your region, roof pitch, and porch additions. The appeal here: wide open, column-free interiors that give you enormous flexibility for your floor plan, plus genuinely better resistance to severe weather compared to a standard stick-built home, which matters if you're in a region that deals with high winds or storms. The honest catch: wood framing means more vulnerability to pests, rot, and moisture over time compared to steel, so if you go this route, budget for quality pressure-treated lumber and proper vapor barriers. Skimping here costs you far more later. The 7 kits. Kit 1. The starter shell. Smallest footprint. Lowest entry price. We're starting small on purpose, because this is genuinely the cheapest legitimate way into a barndominium in 2026. Compact steel and post-frame shell kits in roughly the 1,200 to 1,500 square foot range, think a 30-foot by 40-foot or 30-foot by 50-foot footprint, are starting around $23,000 to $30,000 for the basic shell package from several national kit suppliers. That's your frame, your metal roof, and your exterior siding. Nothing else. Who is this for? Honestly, this is your weekend cabin, your hunting property build, your "I'll finish it myself over 2 years" project. It is not going to feel like a spacious family home unless you're comfortable with a tight, efficient layout. But if your goal is simply, own a debt-free structure on my land, this is the cheapest legitimate door into that world. The honest catch: at this size, once you start adding a loft, interior framing, plumbing for a bathroom and kitchen, and insulation, you'll likely add another $40,000 to $70,000 minimum, even doing a lot of labor yourself. The hidden costs nobody talks about. Okay, remember at the beginning I promised you the number every Barndominium company hopes you never ask about? Here it is. It's not the kit price, it's the site work. Your foundation alone, a proper engineered concrete slab, typically runs about $6 to $15 per square foot, which works out to roughly $7,200 to $18,000 for a standard 1,200 to 1,500 square foot footprint, and can climb toward $25,000 or more depending on your soil, your local codes, and any grading work you need. That's before a single wall panel arrives. Then there's delivery. If you're not within a reasonable radius of the manufacturer, freight alone can add thousands of dollars. Then there's permitting, which varies wildly by county and state. Some rural areas barely regulate barndominiums, while other counties require full residential inspections at every stage. And here's the one that catches people off guard the most: financing. Because barndominiums are still a relatively unconventional build type, FHA and conventional mortgage lenders often won't touch them without comparable local sales data to appraise against, especially in urban and suburban zones where there simply aren't enough barndominium sales to compare. Most people financing a barndominium end up going through USDA rural development loans, portfolio lenders, or regional community banks that understand alternative construction, not their everyday mortgage broker. None of this means don't do it. It means budget like an adult. If your kit is $45,000, assume your total shell to livable cost, doing significant labor yourself, is realistically $90,000 to $160,000, depending on finish level. If you're hiring everything out to contractors, plan for that same shell to become a $150,000 to $300,000 plus finished home. How to actually choose. So which of these 7 is right for you? Quick framework. Tightest budget. Willing to do everything yourself over time? Kit 1, the starter shell. Want a genuine small family home with proven, labeled, DIY-friendly panels? Kit 2, the 2-bedroom package. Want to shop multiple quotes and negotiate? Kit 3, the National Supplier Network. Cost per square foot is your only religion? Kit 4, speed and minimal on-site labor matter most to you? Kit 5, the panelized system. You want classic wide-open barn character and better storm resistance? Kit 6, wood post frame. You want the fewest separate purchases and don't need more than 1 bedroom? Kit 7. Before you commit to any of these, get at least 3 quotes. Ask every single supplier the exact same question. What specifically is included in this price and what is not? Get it in writing. The barndominium companies that hesitate to answer that clearly are the ones to walk away from. If this video saved you from making a $40,000 mistake, that's exactly why I make these. Subscribe if you want the follow-up video, because next week I'm walking through real finished cost breakdowns from 3 people who actually built one of these kits out this year. What they budgeted, what they actually spent, and what they'd do differently. Drop a comment with your state and your target square footage, and I'll try to point you toward which of these 7 fits your build best. And if you know someone who's been talking about building a barndominium someday, send them this video before they get talked into a $150,000 kit they didn't need. See you in the next one.